But yeah, that's an interesting one, because it's like it makes us wonder. It makes us really question if we really, value women prior to having daughters and shit. Like in my book, So Forever Reality, Black Male Masculinity, I mentioned that. To say that your daughter is, what changes you, shows that the very mother that raised you was not a factor in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your respect for women, if your love for women, if your actual transition to say, okay, I'm gonna start being a good motherfucker now, came because you had a daughter. And you gotta start asking yourself how you really see the other women in your life. You know what I mean? And this is not like trying to take shots at anything, at any of my brothers and shit, because it's like, at one point I was that dude. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know what I mean? You don't give a fuck about these bitches, but it's like, it's different. It's different because it's like all your life you've been told not to give a fuck about these bitches. You feel what I'm saying? On both sides. So a lot of times people assume that we're just talking about like it's unwritten codes for men. Nah, we have some of our aunties and our mothers and our grandparents telling us that bitches ain't shit too. They just do it in a different manner. Like when we're young and shit, like young, like 4 or 5 years old and shit, like you hear things like, yo, that little girl fast. She being fast, girl. Sit your little fast ass down somewhere. Like, what does that mean? And how do you internalize that? You feel what I'm saying? And then when you understand and you get a little bit older, you constantly hear, oh yeah, she being fast, she being this, she hot in the ass. These little things are very pivotal. You feel what I'm saying? You got grown women, you feel me, calling little 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old girls fast ass little girls, or they hot in the ass. They constantly, saying shit like that, right? So what does that mean? Like at a young age, you've already stigmatized them like that, So when we come along and we get older, 14, 15, 16 years old, and we like, yo, bitches ain't shit, these hoes ain't loyal, this is like, we just reaffirming what was already taught. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like that whole stigma of now I'm gonna change because I have a little girl. It's like maybe we come to terms with the reality that a lot of the old heads that taught us that dumb shit were wrong. And now I have to change for that reality. You know what I mean? The reality of my daughter, the reality of my granddaughter, the daughters that are coming after me, because it's like, yeah, now I have to change because all of the other shit is fucked up. You feel what I'm saying? It's fucked up now. But it's like, that's, I'm not making an excuse, because it's like, we wanna transition out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? We need to be able to respect women more, but it's like, yeah, we as men have our faults, we have our wrongs in this shit, but it's like, yo, part of that too is women have to accept that too, because now when that goes in to, okay, yeah, you had a fast hair of girls and all of this shit, but it's like when it gets older, like there's a lot of opposition and friction between women themselves, even down to a competitive nature sometimes, so it's like as men we see that, and it's like we don't have to necessarily put in no work. We're not taught to respect y'all. That's the truth of the matter, yo. We weren't taught to respect y'all. We don't have to. Like, this is a misogynistic world. The fuck? Y'all gotta do as we say. Y'all gotta fuck with us. Y'all gotta be on the way we want y'all to be on at all times. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't never a matter of, like, think about it. Boys will be boys. That is a powerful sentiment, because it's like, we can do whatever the fuck we want to do. And it's cool. Everything justifies us as, the motherfuckers. You feel me? But it's like, we're not taught to respect y'all, but we don't have to. Because it's like, you got to understand the psychology of a lot of the systems and structures that are in place to show that you guys are just an object. You feel me? You guys are just the object. Regardless of how you want to sugarcoat or pacify your misogynistic views stem from religious practice, period. That's their inception. The shit goes hand in hand. They walk hand in hand together. So when you can't in one breath want to accept that shit and necessarily want to be respected, like, this shit don't work.